lesson number 3, fiber to fabric. Actually, whatever clothes we wear, they all made up of the fabric, and fabric is made up of fiber. We are going to learn it in detail in this lesson about all the fiber and fabric. This wonderful lesson is about all the kinds of the fiber and about the fabric. Okay, now we are on the page number 18. Let me start. Paheli and Bhujo won the first prize in a science quiz competition held at their school. They were very excited and decided to use the prize money to buy clothes for their parents. When they saw a large variety of cloth material, they got confused. You can see that the picture in the figure 3.1 on your screen. The shopkeeper explained that some cloths or fabrics were cotton and some were synthetic. He also had woolen mufflers and shawls. There were many silk saris as well. Paheli and Bhujo felt very excited. They touched and felt these different fabrics. Finally, they bought a woolen muffler and a cotton sari. After the visit to the cloth shop, Paheli and Bhujo began to notice various fabrics in the surrounding. They found that bed sheets, blankets, curtains, tablecloths, towels, and dusters were made from different kinds of fabrics. Even their school bags and the gunny bags were made from some kind of fabric. They tried to identify this fabric as cotton, wool, silk, or synthetic. Can you also identify some fabrics? See, just now I read the beginning of the lesson or the introduction of the lesson where Paheli and Bhujo, the two very interesting characters of our textbook, actually they are your friends. Paheli and Bhujo, they won the prize in the science quiz competition and they were very excited. Whatever prize money they got, they decided to use that money to buy the clothes from their market and give it to their parents. You're also winning some competitions, you're getting the money and you are choosing the another ways to use that money. But here Paheli and Bhujo have decided to use the money for their parents to buy the cloths, and for that purpose they went to the market, to the cloth market, and where they saw variety of the cloth material and they got confused. They saw the various cloth materials such as woolen shawls, silk saris, mufflers, many more things, many kinds of the shirts, t-shirts, or many things they have seen. So they got confused. Shopkeeper told them this is of cotton, this is synthetic, this is of a different material. So they got confused and they were very excited actually to buy the material. And finally they chosen the correct material that they like. They bought a woolen muffler and cotton sari for their parents. So after the visit to the cloth shop, Paheli and Bhujo actually began to notice various fabrics in the surrounding. When they bought the cloth material for their parents, at that time they touched, they feel the material, and after that whenever they saw any kind of cloth material, they started the exact observation. They found bedsheet, blanket, curtains, tablecloths, towels and dusters were made from different kinds of fabrics. Even the school bags and the gunny bags were made from some kind of fabric. Means different material is made from different kind of cloth material. Okay, the various things that are found around us, they all are made from different kinds of fabrics, such as cotton, wool, silk, or synthetic. And you can also identify them. For that purpose, you can take the help of your parents also, or the any tailor person near your home. You can ask them, your tailor uncle, you can ask them that how to identify the different kinds of the cloths. Okay, variety in fabrics. 3.1 variety in fabrics, where we are going to learn one activity. The activity you have to perform: visit a nearby tailoring shop, collect cuttings of fabrics left over after stitching, feel and touch each piece of fabric. Now try to label some of the fabrics as cotton, silk, wool, or synthetic after asking for help from the tailor. Do you wonder what these different fabrics are made of? When you look at any fabric, it seems a continuous piece. Now look at it closely. What do you notice? Figure 3.2. You have to go near your tailoring shop near your house, and you have to collect the cuttings of fabrics left over after stitching. You have to feel and touch each piece of fabric, and you have to identify the kind of the fabric from which that cloth is made. For this purpose, you can take the help of the tailor uncle. You can ask that tailor, and you can divide them, or you can classify the given cloths cutting into the cotton, silk, wool, or synthetic fiber. Okay, whenever we look any kind of the cloth, we feel that it's a continuous sheet. If you look it closely, what do you notice? To understand that what we see after close view, let me see the activity number 2. Activity number 2. Select a piece of cotton fabric you labeled in activity 1. Now try to find a loose thread of yarn at one of the edges and pull it out. Figure 3.3. You can see for the reference on the page number 19. If no loose yarn available, you can gently pull one out with a pin or needle. See, figure 3.3 give us a detailed idea about pulling a thread from a fabric. How to pull a thread from a fabric, this idea we can get from the figure 3.3. They have told take a cloth and at its any one end, if any thread is loose, then we have to pull it. Otherwise, if the thread is not loose, we have to use a pin or needle, and we have to gently pull it one of it. We find that the fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. What are these yarns made of? Means here we have got some idea that fabric is made from yarn. Fabric is made from yarn. Actually, when the cloth's one thread is pulled out, then we can see various yarns are available, or it is a group of yarn available in a single cloth. Okay, so the fabric is made from yarn. Okay, so they have asked a question here: what are these yarns made of? What are these yarns made of? To understand it, let me see the next point, 3.2, fiber. Activity number 3. Take out a yarn from a piece of cotton fabric. Place this piece of yarn on the table. Now press one end of the yarn with your thumb. Scratch the other end of yarn along its length with your nail as shown in the figure 3.4. Do you find that its end, the yarn splits up into thin strands? Figure 3.5. Before discussing the activity, I would like to repeat, I would like to make it remember for you. Whenever we try to pull the thread into the hole of needle, many times we are not successful to insert a single thread into the needle. At that time, many times it happen, it get converts, or when it comes in the contact with the needle, it gets split up and many small threads can be seen. Same here, we have to take a yarn and we have to press one of the end of the yarn with our thumb and scratch the other yarn end along its length with our nail, as they have shown in the figure 3.4. We can see the many yarn are split up into the strands, or yarn split up into the many thin strands. Okay, so you might have observed something similar when you try to thread a needle. As in just now I talked, actually whatever example I told, that is not from the textbook, that was in my mind, but that same example is given actually here. That when we try to insert a thread into the needle, at that time also the thread gets split up into the many strands. Many times the end of the thread is separated into a few strands. This makes it difficult to pass the thread through the eye of the needle. The thin strands of the thread that we see are made of still thinner strands called fibers. Means cloth is made from yarn and yarn is made from fibers. Okay, so here we can say fabrics are made up of yarns and yarns are further made up of fibers. Fabrics are made up of yarns and yarns are further made up of fibers. Where do these fibers come from? Now actually, to make any kind of cloth, we require the fabric. Fabric require the yarns and yarns are made from fibers. So fibers are very important. So where do these fibers come from? The fibers of some fabrics such as cotton, jute, silk and wool are obtained from plants and animals. The fibers of some fabrics such as cotton, jute, silk, wool are obtained from plants and animals. So these are called natural fibers. The fibers that we get from nature such as cotton, jute, silk and wool are obtained mostly from the plants and animals. So they are called natural fibers. Cotton and jute are examples of fibers obtained from plants. Cotton and jute are examples of fibers obtained from plants. So they are the plant fibers. In other hand, wool and silk, the fibers that are obtained from animals. So they are animal fibers. Wool is obtained from fleece of sheep or goat. How we get the wool? We get the wool from fleece of sheep or goat. It is also obtained from the hair of rabbits, yak and camels. We do not get wool only from the fleece of sheep or goat. We get it also from hair of rabbits, yak and camels. Another very important and very famous, very special, that is the silk fiber, is drawn from the cocoon of silkworm. Silk fiber is drawn from the cocoon of silkworm. Means fiber is available from the nature also and it is available artificial also. From the nature, it is obtained from the plants also and from the animals also. So we must think about this. For thousands of years, natural fibers were the only ones available for making fabrics. In ancient time, for the thousands of years, for the fabrics were totally dependent on the nature. We were only dependent on the natural fibers for making the fabrics, for making the clothes. Only the natural fibers were available. But in the last 100 years or so, the fibers are also made from chemical substances. Fibers are obtained from the chemical substances and which are not obtained from the plants or animal source, they are called synthetic fibers. See what I mean by synthetic fiber? Synthetic fiber means the fibers which are obtained from the chemical substances and not from the plants or animals. They are called synthetic fibers. And like some examples they have given here of the synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are polyester, nylon, and acrylic. Polyester, nylon, and acrylic, they are the examples of synthetic fiber. Actually here I would like to tell, whatever we have learned in this, we have seen some terms such as natural fibers, synthetic fibers. So you can frame the questions, what do you mean by natural fiber, what do you mean by synthetic fiber, or define natural fiber, define synthetic fibers, write a short note on natural fiber, write a short note on synthetic fiber. These types of the questions you can also frame and write the answers also. Okay, this is your homework where we have to actually write the names of the synthetic fiber, natural fibers. Or one more question also you can prepare, that is the distinguish between natural fiber and synthetic fibers. Okay, so many more questions you can prepare, isn't it? I think you have got to whole idea. Complete the homework, frame the questions, read the lesson. I think the books you have taken from the school, if you have not taken, you can ask for the books which are available in the school and start the study. Okay, the remaining part of the lesson we'll see at the next session. Thank you.